What's up, old school Texas Tech? I'm going to do a quick season prediction on Utah State. Some of us, most of us, are familiar with Utah State, the Aggies, because one of our former coaches, Matt Wells, coached there. He actually had a fair amount of success at Utah State. They had a coach in place that was making some progress with the program. Had done pretty well. And then just recently, within the last few weeks, he has been looks like he's going to be let go over some sort of misconduct allegations, and they've got an interim head coach. The situation's kind of a mess. Taking some shots at him in some of the other videos, so I just kind of wanted to explain why. It looks like their defense is just a complete disaster. They don't really have the ability to stop the run. They do have four starters coming back on the offensive line, and they've got some pretty good receivers, especially for the G5 level coming back. I think it's going to be a rough season for them with what's happened in the offseason with the interim head coach. You never know, that could go the other way. He could be inspirational. But I'm not seeing it. I think this is going to be a rough year for him. I even have it a little bit worse than some of the other odd predictors. Robert Morris. They start off with. I didn't even know where Robert Morris is from. I think they're in Pennsylvania. They start off at home and in Logan against them. I think that they will beat Robert Morris. So I think that's a win. They're a lower level program. They go on the road to USC. They're going to definitely lose that game. They've got Utah at home. They're definitely going to lose that game as Utah is a solid Big 12 contender. I don't think USC will be a real contender in the Big Ten, but they're definitely gonna be much better than Utah State. So they'll start off 1-2. Then they go on the road to Temple. Temple's been making some progress. They've got a coach that's been in place for a few years, and he's made some small progress in each of the last couple of years. So I think that Utah State will go up to Temple and lose. Then they've got to play probably the best team in the group of five, Boise State, on the road. They're going to lose that game. UNLV, they've got UNLV at home, but UNLV is just going to be too good. They're going to lose that game. They've got New Mexico at home. I really thought about calling this game for New Mexico, but I think Utah State can win it at home, especially if they can kind of iron out some of their chemistry issues with some new players on offense and utilize their most talented position group, which seems to be wide receiver and maybe offensive line. So I think they could pull off the game against. I think I'm picking them to pull off the game against New Mexico at home. Then they go on the road at Wyoming. A lot of people are picking Utah State to win this game. I don't think they will. Wyoming's coach retired. They had a good year last year. They beat my school, Texas Tech. They beat the school that most of us watching this channel root for on the road in the altitude. Of course, Utah State doesn't care about the altitude, but Wyoming hired an assistant that should play a similar style of football to what Wyoming played last year, and they were a good team. And I just think they're going to be too fundamentally sound, and they'll be able to run the ball on Utah State, particularly at home. So I have Wyoming beating Utah State. Then Utah State goes on the road to Washington State. That's definitely a loss. Hawaii is at home. I just think Hawaii. I think Hawaii is going to beat Utah State. It's that Utah State might have a chance to win that one, but I've got Hawaii winning. The last two I do not think will be competitive games. No, they got San Diego State at home, but I think San Diego State's going to be too good for them. I've got San Diego State winning that game, and then at Colorado State, I definitely have Colorado State winning that game. So Utah State, I have them at just winning two games. I think maybe they could win three, possibly four. But this is a program that's a wreck. The three train wrecks I really see out west are going to be Nevada, Utah State, and San Jose State. New Mexico's a mess too. But it seems like they're pretty optimistic about their future there, whereas the other three, it seems like more of a dire situation. So I'm going to keep coming with these predictions. Appreciate you watching. If you would please like and subscribe, it would really help us out. All the best.